Welcome to a new installment of Movies in 10 Minutes. Today we will watch Jurassic World, a 2015 movie. 22 years after the Jurassic Park incident, John Hammond's dream has come true. Isla Nublar finally has a fully functioning theme park with thousands of admissions a day, the Jurassic World, founded by InGen with the backing of tycoon Simon Masrani, owner of Masrani Global, who was commissioned to carry out the project by Hammond himself shortly before his death. During the Christmas vacations, young Gray Mitchell and his older brother Zach are sent on a trip to the island by their parents, who are nearing divorce, to spend the vacations in the company of their Aunt Claire, the park's head manager. The latter, however, is too busy with work, so she entrusts her grandchildren to Zara, her assistant. Although since 2005, the year Jurassic World opened, box office has always been high, declines in sales are recorded over time as the world has now become accustomed to the existence of dinosaurs, and to counter this trend, Claire and InGen geneticists, led by Dr. Henry Wu, create a new species of dinosaur by combining the DNA of various prehistoric predators with that of other animals. Mr. Masrani summons Owen Grady, a former Marine and Velociraptor tamer, to view the new creature before revealing it to the public. Meanwhile, Vic Hoskins, InGen's head of security, intends to take advantage of Owen's four raptors, Blue, Echo, Charlie and Delta, to use them in warfare. The ethologist and trainer does not approve of this intention, explaining that although they consider him their alpha male, they cannot be domesticated since his program does not involve controlling and commanding the beasts but having a mutual respect with them, which makes them loyal to him. The new genetically modified dinosaur species, christened Indominus rex, shows extreme aggression and intelligence. Owen, led by Claire to the site of the new attraction, expresses his disappointment that the animal has been raised in isolation and deprived of a like with whom to socialize. She admits that a second specimen had been created, so as to avoid loneliness problems, but was then devoured by the current one. Unable to see or instrumentally detect it within the habitat, the two suspect its escape, so while Owen goes in with two security men to investigate, Claire returns to the control center to track the animal from the satellite. In reality, the dinosaur is still in the enclosure and has made itself invisible to visual thermal detection sensors due to its genetic abilities. The two guards are ambushed and devoured. The Indominus then abandons the cage while Owen cunningly manages to escape them by dousing himself with gasoline under a jeep so as not to be sniffed out. Masrani sends a unit of mercenaries to capture the beast, but when it kills half the team, Claire orders the operation called off and the island evacuated. Meanwhile, Gray and Zach escape Zara's supervision to go off on their own, thus missing the receipt of the evacuation order. Aboard a Eurosphere they leave the valley and enter a forested area out of the visitors' way. Shortly thereafter they run into the Indominus, which first confronts and kills an ankylosaur, then attacks them, destroying their vehicle. The two find salvation by jumping into a waterfall and delving into the jungle. They reach the ruins of the original Jurassic Park Visitor Center. Here they repair an old jeep with which they return to the resort. Meanwhile, Owen and Claire are hot on their trail but find the carcasses of a herd of Apatosaurus killed by the predator. Grady understands that he did it for pure fun and not to satisfy his own hunger. Masrani and the soldiers track it down by flying over the island in a helicopter, but the monster penetrates inside an aviary and releases pterosaurs that attack the pilots and crash the craft. When Gray and Zach are reunited with Zara, the pterosaurs besiege the tourist area causing the death of many people, including Zara who is devoured by the Mosasaurus. Owen and Claire are finally reunited with the boys and the birds are narcotized by the guards. With Masrani's death, Hoskins assumes leadership of the park and orders the four raptors to be used to flush out and shoot down the Indominus. Owen reluctantly agrees. The animal is tracked into the jungle. Everyone takes up positions ready to fire, but because the target has components of that of the Velociraptor in its DNA, it communicates with the four and takes command, egging them on against the humans. A confrontation ensues in which many humans lose their lives. Owen seems to re-establish a bond with Charlie, but a mercenary kills her with a bazooka blast. Claire and the boys flee in a van, scattering the other animals. Meanwhile, Hoskins leads Dr. Wu to the helicopter with some embryos so that he can leave Isla Nublar unharmed. Owen, Claire, and the boys intercept Hoskins in the visitor center lab and catch him intent on taking more dinosaur embryos. The latter, before being killed by Delta, reveals to them that Jurassic World is just a cover to hide his plan to create dinosaurs to be used as biological weapons. The four escape from Delta by running outside the building but are surrounded by Blue and Echo. The raptors, however, hesitate to attack because of their connection to the old Alpha. Owen re-establishes the bond by freeing them from the camera collars applied by Hoskins. Indominus emerges from the jungle and orders the pack to attack the humans, but the three disobey and Blue is thrown against a wall, with the crash knocking her unconscious. Echo and Delta attack their opponent but, unable to counter it, are killed immediately. Claire, in a last desperate gesture, frees the T-Rex, the same one that appeared in the first film, 7, and leads it to the Indominus. The two giants struggle for supremacy, initially dominated by the hybrid, who succeeds in overpowering his opponent. Having landed the Tyrannosaurus, the Indominus is about to deliver the coup de grace, but thanks to the intervention of the last blue raptor, which lashes out at the hybrid, the Tyrannosaurus has a chance to counterattack. The two dinosaurs struggle together against Indominus, who after being badly injured is pushed by Tyrannosaurus to the edge of the Mosasaurus lagoon, which emerges by surprise and grabs him by the neck and drags him underwater with it, drowning him. The Tyrannosaur limps away limp but victorious, and Blue, before going deeper into the vegetation, gives one last farewell look to the man who raised her. The following day the survivors are transferred to Costa Rica. Here Zack and Gray reconcile with their parents while Owen and Claire go off together. Isla Nublar is once again conquered by the free dinosaurs. The Tyrannosaur climbs to the top of the island and claims it, roaring once more. Thank you for following this video to the end. Let us know in a comment which summaries you would like to see in the future, and subscribe so you don't miss future videos.